this was bad. All the droids were together, and the Death Star 2 was being attacked, and all they had was this table. So it was all these droids together, so they needed a plan to escape. Yeah, Commander Droid doesn't go in with plans, so he just walked. And the announcer told that everybody, well, told about the Crate Dragon incident, and yeah, the droids questioned what happened. Anyway, they just decided to break through, and their friends were coming, so he needed to break something else. And yeah, so yeah, the Commander Droid's gonna go on. Yeah, so the droid is just sitting there waiting for this guy to go, and since they were all free, they could make it, but then they realized that guy was sitting there. He would be the biggest challenge, because he could see them run down the hallway, and they could not alert the other stormtrooper about their positions, so they shot to scare him, and that did not work for the other guy as well, so the droid just decided to kill him at this point. We'll wait for that guy first. And yeah, so the droid just decided to kill him. And yeah, am I gonna... Alright, yeah. So, there he goes. And now the droid decided to snipe this guy as well. And then he told this guy not to sound the alarm. And then he killed him. Just before he could sound the alarm. The droids had no idea where they were going. They didn't know this place as they did others. So, they just tried to sneak up behind these guys. And they just tried to sneak, but they couldn't, and shot down the guys. And yeah. Commander Droid was still trying to sneak out of the Death Star, but then he realized people were there. He didn't know what to do, and his friends were at the bottom. And any second now, this guy could push over a box and either kill him or find his location. So, this Commander Droid just decided to kill him. Kill that guy and the stormtrooper, but he had an idea with the stormtrooper, and his idea was to put on his suit. Anyway, there Commander Droid was. He had the stormtrooper fit on. He also wanted to kill this guy to give his friends a fit as well. This somehow fit on them well, but anyway, there were more guys, and they just needed to run quickly. Yep, they needed to get back to their Imperial ship, not their Trade Federation ship. Or their other ship, who knows. So yeah, they snuck past Imperials, and they killed this guy to give his fit to a bunch of guys, and that guy as well. Anyway, the team was in disguises, but now they just needed to they needed to get down, and apparently this pilot did not know who they were, so that was good. And the clones decided that they were going to go straight, or the droids decided that they were going straight to the hangar. And there was their ship. They just needed to get to it without people noticing. They didn't kill anyone to not blow their cover, but there they went to the ship. Then they heard someone behind them. It was Commander Jeer, Admiral Greg's best friend. And Commander Jeer told them not to go in that ship, because that ship was authorized to be torn apart. So this guy punched him, and he realized that was a bad idea, because Commander Jeer shot straight off his armor. Shot his armor straight off in this shot. Anyway, him realizing it was Commander Droid, he started shooting him and said that the prisoner escaped, but this guy shot him and told him not to. Told him not to say that. And yeah, they were able to get away. Also, before they did, Commander Droid told Commander Jeer not to tell anybody that they escaped, and he agreed. Anyway, the droids set a destination to Geonosis. Anyway, this was it for the droids. They were on their home planet Geonosis, but they had no idea where they were gonna go. But they knew of a small droid factory that they could try and rebuild droids in, so they went to there. Anyway, they found an Imperial battle droid who started shooting them, so they had to kill him, unfortunately, and go inside the droid factory, which they were happy about. They found the droid factory. Also, they started making battle droids using this machine, and they started with a normal B1 battle droid, just because they wanted to try and remake Kashyyyk droid, since he had died to Mr. Bones, who they still missed, because it wasn't the same without Mr. Bones. And yeah, there was a bunch of droid parts ready, so Commander Droid got ready. Anyway, they made Kashyyyk droid, and he threw a Kyber brick in there for some reason. And at least they got the Kyber brick. And they needed to make more droids, and more and more and more, very soon. Anyway, they made 4 more friends. They made the Super Battle Droid, the Magna Guard, Roger, and a normal guy to paint as Kashyyyk droid, which they just did in this scene here. Anyway, the droids called in their own ship, because this ship wouldn't be big enough for their friends, and Commander Droid was happy, if only Mr. Bones was there for them. So there was their ship that just landed, and now, as they walked to it, they heard someone behind them say stop. Until the stormtrooper told them to not move, and he did not just kill that guy, by the way, he does respawn. And he told Commander Droid that he was done with him, and he actually had one of his agents in disguise. He had reprogrammed one of the battle droids, and no, it was not Mr. Bones. So the heavy assault droid stepped up and stood by his side. Commander Droid could not believe his eyes. His best friend, aka Heavy Droid, was on his enemy's side, and he said he was sorry that he was like a reprogrammed battle droid, and he didn't want to be on Commander Droid's side anyway. So he was happy to be with the Stormtrooper Alliance, and now Commander Droid at this point just gave up. Anyway, they were on Mustafar for a reason, and the Stormtrooper told them that their ship would be shot down soon. So they went to the lava pools for a reason. So Stormtrooper and this guy asked who's first, because they're gonna jump into the lava. And Heavy Assault Droid did not want to do this to his friends, but he kind of also hated his friends a little bit. So yeah, so Magna Guard went first, and he said goodbye to his maker, and he jumped in. Anyway, a stormtrooper arrived as well, but he was really late. So the stormtrooper commander asked this guy to go in, and if he didn't want to, then one of his important friends who were important to the series would go. So he pushed this man in, and without further ado, he kept pushing the droid in. And yeah, punched a droid for some reason. Anyway, he eventually just punched him in. Normal droid had died, and same with Magna Guard, so it was only these guys left. And the stormtrooper was looking around to see who would go in first. And eventually, Geonosis droid was wondering if, well, no, not. Geonosis Heavy Assault was wondering who should go in next. And he was asking that guy to go in because they were saving Commander Droid for the last. And anyway, that's it. Anyway, so this was bad. The Heavy Assault Droid was wondering who should go. This Empire Sergeant also was wondering. So he decided that he was going to pick himself. If nobody was going in, he was going to pick. Then he eventually picked that guy. Eventually picked his man, who is Battle Droid Geonosis. So he jumped in. Eventually Commander Droid was just mad, and he wanted to go first, but then he thought of something good. So, without further ado, he told Roger it was time, and he shot one of the stormtroopers, even though it doesn't look like he's gonna do it now. Yeah, he shot that guy dead, and he started running. He started running straight to he started running straight to his ship. He did not want this to happen anymore, and now it was just him and Kashyyyk droid who were following. So yeah, he didn't know what was going on. Oh wait, nobody was following him. So he just thought of something left. He just thought of something to think about, and he got to his ship. Anyway, Commander Droid ran off.